Hey, it's Brooks at the Finch University. Here's a little bit of behind the scenes, if you will. As some of you guys probably saw on one of the YouTube shorts that we had John from Optex stop by, and they were kind enough to sponsor the Finch University, and they dropped off this for our students, the new Optex wireless loop system, and one of their new photo eyes that looks like it came from the alarm side of the business. And I hadn't seen this, and apparently a lot of people are using this. But it's a through beam photo eye. The head spins 180 degrees, or actually a little bit past that, so it gives you a lot of flexibility with mounting them. And one of the things that they had let the students use is the stand with the new photo eye. These stands are pretty cool because they have the knockout in the back. There's slotted holes. It's powder coated. You can buy black or yellow, but it's at the ideal height. So they're really cool that you can just buy them from the factory like that. And they're pretty cost effective just based on the time that you would spend in order to make it look that clean if you were going to do it yourself. And I know a lot of guys are fabricators and fencers as well too. So we like to fabricate our own stuff to save cost. But if you could already get it powder coated with the self-tapped or pre-drilled holes already in here. So this is really just a bolt-on system. However, for the new photo eyes, not the loop replacement system that you see there, they told us that they might be sending us this for out in the gate operator work area, and that's exactly what they are. Check this out. Try to keep it on camera. So this is the photo eye mounts. Now for the photo eyes, it's just a tad bit different than the system that we have over here, which is the loop replacements, the wireless loop, which by the way, this one versus the old one, which I've used, the first version, it's two different systems, because you can connect to this Bluetooth wise, and it has visually indicators on the outside that help you eliminate service calls, as well as define the detection zone, which was always an issue that I had with the other wireless systems. You just had to trial and error it. So anyways, this is what the photo eye looks like. This is the transmit side, I believe, the one without the batteries. But if you take a look, that's kind of hard to see, but you can see that some of the knockouts are already set up. This one, that one, and then this one right here for what appears to be where your wire comes through. They're already set up for that. And I like the fact that they sent the yellow ones for the school, because it'll be a lot more obvious. Now, what's interesting though, why did they give us slotted holes for that? So maybe this is a design prior to them doing the slotted holes, because I really think that that's important. I mean, I have so many techs that go out in the field that just don't drill the hole straight, so having them slotted is actually nice. And then that knockout in the back is just like so ideal. But the knockout's going to be really hard to get to if there's not a hole right there. So maybe this is like a pre-design or something like that, because he did say that they had them in the shop, and what led me to the impression that these were design models, not necessarily full production. But I'll try to get that information to see whether these are slotted or have that hole in the back of it or bottom of it. And the reason why that's important is because you can put your nut on the back of your conduit fitting here. So that's why you want the hole in the bottom. And then of course the slots, you're going to have to mount it some way. And this one, although this is at the ideal height, which is probably a couple feet for a flat mount, This one we want at a very specific height. So it comes in two different configurations. One that's a curb mount, and then one like this, which is level with the gate surface. So you don't have to worry about getting it to the ideal height. You just buy the right one, and it'll be at the ideal height for detecting vehicles and not false detecting on people. So now that we got that one open, let's just double check to see what this one looks like as well too, because maybe this has a little bit different design. No, it looks like it's the same, but let's just go ahead and open it up. And for you guys who have attended class, thinking about attending class, finchuniversity.com/subscribe. We'll keep you updated on all the stuff. Plus, you'll get a direct access to the classes that we have. So I think that's what these was pre-designed, because I don't even see the knockout on this one, which you wouldn't need a knockout because this one's wireless. So maybe they're not pre-designed. But anyways, it's going to be greatly appreciated because those are going to really stand out. Actually, I like the yellow with that black on it. That looks pretty freaking sick, just cosmetic-wise, because sometimes cosmetics for some applications are important. But you can visually see this when you're driving your car up to it. So anyways, thanks a lot. Yeah, that's probably what this is just the this one would be the transmitter side, which I believe is wireless, and the receiver side is wired. So that's the difference between these two. So one actually needs a wire, therefore you need the knockout on the back, and then the one has D batteries that last up to 8 years. I don't believe it. I was doing a podcast with somebody the other day. He's like, yeah, I've got them in the field. They've been out for 4 years, never had to replace the batteries. So we know Optex for their sensors on the security side, super reliable, well designed, but having for the gate operator side is actually pretty interesting. And I hadn't even seen them out there. So for you students that are actually going to come take these classes, that's what they're doing it for, is for you to learn on. Let's work on these here. You know, I make a joke all the time. Let's break it here in the classroom, so we don't break it out there in the field. And that's what these manufacturers have done. And recently we've had Optex, Viking, FAAC, Door King, Ramset, US Automatic, the security people on the access control side, Door King again, security brands, Cellgate, and a couple other manufacturers. I'm sorry if I'm leaving them out. I wasn't trying to do the thank you pitch, but every time that I see the generosity of this to the tunes of thousands, and now we're at tens of thousands of dollars that these guys are sending to you for you to learn on this stuff, so we can learn it here in the classroom and we'll look like idiots in here. Sorry to use that language, it's kind of a joke, but we want to do the dumb stuff in here and we want to do the smart stuff outside. So you have to do all the dumb stuff in here, and we've got to break it. We've got to learn, okay, we use this relay for this, that relay for that, and let's do that actually here in the classroom, and let's not do it out there in the field. And if there's anybody that makes a bunch of mistakes, I've already made them. So let's learn off my mistakes and the other experts that come teach, and get you out there like a rock star, because this can be a great career for anybody that doesn't have a path to where they can actually have a successful career. This is a great path for gate operators and access control technicians to make a good living. And every time that I talk to a small business owner, they're always asking for great technicians. And I think that's what these companies recognize, is that they want qualified technicians to stay in the industry. There's been so many people that have left the industry because they get frustrated because they get a motor and a control board and saying, go fix these gate operators. And we're going to eliminate that here at the Finch University. So if you will, subscribe to finchuniversity.com/subscribe. And thanks again, Optex. They sent these in. So we're going to get a gate. We're actually probably just going to get a configuration out in the yard to actually set these up. It looks like I have to drill some holes. But next class that you guys come to, we'll probably be working on this and the wireless loop system. So thanks, Optex, for this. We'll get them set up.